Hello, my name is Lynese Perez, and I'm sitting here with my mother. The date is December 6, 2019, and I'm recording this interview in my living room. What is one thing you could have had done differently in your life?
One thing, I probably would have finished college. I dropped out my junior year in college,
Why did you drop out?
um, money wise and relationship wise.
Why did you choose to be with my father?
Well, I chose to be with your father. I was younger. Um, I don't know. I just saw him and I liked him.
When did you and my father meet?
I think I was 21 when I met your father. Um, at the house. He was friends with my brother.
And how long were you guys together?
Wow. I believe, let me see, 8 years?
And how long were you together and you guys had me?
3 years?
What was your relationship like throughout the years?
It was a very difficult relationship. Um, he was very controlling. Um, and he was very verbally abusive and physically abusive.
Is that why you guys split?
Yes, yes.
Does me seeing him once in a while affect the way you feel because of you guys' past?
No, it doesn't affect me because no matter what, he's still your father.
And in what ways are him and I alike?
Well, you sort of look like him. Um, sometimes you get your temper from him, but there's also other things that you're like me.
And what do you and I have that are similar?
Well, we both like sports.
Mm-hmm.
We play sports a lot. Um, we we argue, and then 2 minutes later, we're like nothing ever happened. We could tell each other. We could talk about everything like girlfriends, but then you also have respect and think of me as your mom. So
Mm-hmm.
we share a lot of things in common.
Was it hard to raise me as a single mother, and why?
Yes, it was hard because I had no help. Your father wouldn't be around you. He wouldn't come pick you up because then I would go out. Or financially wise, he wouldn't give me any money, so I had to raise you by myself financially, and I was not able to do anything I could.
What was something you did as a kid or a teenager that your parents still don't know about, or that you did that wasn't like a great choice?
I plead the fifth. I'm not answering that.
Okay. Um, what was your high school experience like?
Oh, I loved high school. I had a lot of friends. My classes were great. I loved high school. I wish I could go back to high school.
And you prefer high school over elementary, or vice versa?
Actually, no, both were great. I kind of had friends from grammar school that went with me to high school, so um, I grew up with a lot of the same people. So both of them were great.
When did you realize you were no longer a child? Like, what was something that hit you like, I'm not a kid anymore?
When I had you,
And how old did you have me?
I was 25.
Is that when, like, you saw things differently?
Yes. Like, I realized that you came first. So everything that you did was, everything was for you. And nothing came for me now. That's everything was just, I need this for her. I need this to do this for her. Everything's for you.
What's something traumatic that's happened in your life?
Oh, probably my father passing away when I was young.
What was the worst and best day of your life?
Well, that was the worst day of my life. My dad passed away. The best day of my life was when I had you guys.
My sister and I?
Yes.
What's one dream that you have for my sister and I?
Oh, for you guys to finish college, have a career, and just do good for yourselves.
And what's one dream that you have that feels like it's impossible, or something that you want that seems like it's not going to happen?
Wow. Probably go back to school. Financially, I can't do that. And I don't have the time.
What was your first relationship like? And how old were you?
I was 13. It was a nice relationship. To this day, we stay friends. But I was young. It was a young love.
What was your reaction when you found out about my first boyfriend?
I wanted to kill you. But I understand you're a teenager and, you have feelings. So I know that you wanted to be, with a certain person. I'm going to say no names. But, I took it okay. I took it well. I believe I took it well.
Mm-hmm. You did. I was scared.
I remember the day I asked you and you were like,
That's not true.
That's not true. I'm like, Lynese, I am not dumb. I went through this. I know.
And, do you have any friends, like you mentioned that you had friends from elementary to going into high school? Do you have those friends still now?
Yes. We still keep in contact through either Facebook or I see them once in a while at the stores or whatever. But yeah, I have two friends that I've known since I was like in 4th grade. And we still keep in contact.
Is it weird if you guys ever talk? Like, does it feel awkward?
No, it feels like normal. Like we saw each other yesterday. We just keep having conversations or asking how is your mom or how is this person.
Like your childhood,
like
people that you knew? Yeah,
like we just, if we see other people that from our childhood, we just talk about it. But no, it's not awkward. It's just like if I just saw them yesterday.
How does it feel to know that I'm 2 years away from being an adult?
It's scary because you still act like a kid.
I know.
It's scary because then you have to realize that, you have to think about college. You have to think about maybe like you want to move out. Well, you say you do, but you're not because we don't let you work.
But, oh yeah, adding to that, why don't you let me work?
Because I think that your school comes first. I need you to concentrate first on school and do that first.
And like, what about a summer job when I'm not at school?
No. Like, there's no reasons for you to work. I mean, we basically try to give you everything you need and you want.
Mm-hmm.
So it's no reason for you to work right now.
I guess that's fair. If you were my age, would you be my friend? Because you're always telling me, how do you have friends?
Well, because you're very cranky and you always, like, at one point, you're bipolar. Like, you're nice and then you're mean and then you're nice and then you're mean. So I understand why people get mad at you.
No one gets mad at me.
Yeah, okay.
What was your dream job as a kid?
I wanted to be to two things: a nurse for babies like you, and I wanted to be a X-ray technician.
Is that like to take X-rays pictures?
Yeah, take pictures of like the body or
So like
whatever.
hospital stuff.
Hospital, yeah.
Is when you were in college, is that like your focus?
No, because I wanted to get my electives out first and all that, and then
What's that?
like your English,
Oh.
your math,
Mhm.
because you have to do that first. But I was focusing on that, but then I had I had to focus on you also because I was in college and I still had you, so it was rough.
Um, is that why you didn't go for that, like, job?
Well, that and financially wise, I couldn't do it either because I had you, as I said, and I needed to focus on you first.
What would you do if I got a tattoo when I was 18?
Well,
And okay, it wasn't a bad tattoo. Like, let's say it was like just your name or something.
I really can't say anything because I have tattoos also. So, I mean, I'll be like, why didn't you wait until you're older? But I can't really say much. You're 18. Well, I'm still your mom, so I can say whatever I want to say. But
Um, what do you remember most about your teenage years?
um, probably hanging around my friends. I was allowed to go to places, but of course I had to tell my mom where I was going. When I got there, I had to call her and tell her where I'm at. But I had a nice childhood. A lot of friends in my block, so I really didn't go too much out, just out hanging around with them.
What do you think? Like you mentioned, you hanged out with your friends a lot. What's different between this generation and your generation? Like my generation of group of friends and your generation. Like what's changed?
Well, I think there was not a lot of, so there was no internet or people were not on the phones too much. So it was more like you actually talk to each other. I think it was safer before because everybody knew each other.
Safer?
Well, in the neighborhood, everybody took care of each other's kids, so everybody knew that okay, well, this person's this person's kid, so they would watch over us. Now it's basically people don't even watch for each other's kids. You don't even know your neighbors, so it's different.
And what did you not like about your generation?
Um, I think there was a lot of gang violence back in my generation also. Um, but if you grew up in a neighborhood, you kind of knew who was who and you know where not to go, so you wouldn't get caught in it in the gangs shooting or whatever. So you kind of stayed in your own neighborhood, so you'll know you'll be safe.
What do you believe gets you through hard times?
My kids, you guys, because when I know things are getting harder, it's like I focus on you guys. So I know that if it's rough financially or whatever the case may be, I just try to make sure that you guys are happy, so that way it gets me through my day.
Were you scared to be a mom?
Um, Not really. I used to watch my nieces and nephews, so it's more like I kind of knew what I was getting myself into. I mean, it was rough, but I kind of did it on my own, so I wasn't really that scared.
What are you most proud of?
What am I proud of? Um, well, wow, you guys, I mean, you guys are my joy and my pride. Um, just when I see you guys succeed in something or I see you guys happy, that makes me proud that I know that I did what I could for you guys.
And can you describe our relationship when it was just you and I, without my father, without my sister, without anybody? It was just you and I.
Um, well, it was basically just you and me everywhere. I used to go to the store, you were with me. I used to go anywhere, and you were always just with me. So it was just you and me. It's different now, of course, because of your sisters here. Um, but back in the days, as I said, I didn't have any support either. So I had you were. It was just me and you. Your father wasn't in the picture. Your grandma, she wouldn't watch you because you're my responsibility to her. It was that's your kid, not mine. So, um, I had no choice. I couldn't just leave you anywhere. So, it was rough.
What do you where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Probably somewhere in the Bahamas or something. Stress free, but I know that's not gonna happen. So I don't know. I really don't picture myself in 10 years. I just focus on you guys. So I don't think about myself that much.
So like now in the moment,
What do you mean now in the moment?
like you think more about it, like you don't think about what could happen in 10 years. You
No,
think
I
about
think
now in
I
the
just
moment.
think I go day by day and think about what's gonna happen next week, not what's gonna happen in 10 years, because you never know if you're still gonna be here or not.
Hmm. Where do you hope to see me in 10 years?
Oh, with your career, I want you to try. I want you to experience life, not have kids at a young age or get married too soon. I want you to experience life, like something I wish I would have done. Also, was just travel the world.
And what age do you think would be appropriate for me to get married? Like
Probably,
the way you're
probably
explaining it.
probably like in your 30s or early 30s. That way you'll know like if it's really what you want to be to be get married or not. It's a very very rough commitment to make.
And if you were able to choose a boyfriend for me with the qualities you chose, like to have, what type of guy do you think would be right for me?
Well, somebody probably like with a career also, so that way, you don't. He doesn't have to depend on you. You don't depend on him. I want you to be um, financially stable, and I want him to be financially stable. Hopefully, no kids, neither one of yous, because it brings extra drama. um, as for that, I mean, it's your choice who to be with. But as long, I just hope that they're financially just stable.
And what's one thing you wouldn't be happy if, like, if I were to get with somebody and they did sing or had a quality that you disliked? Like, what would that disliked quality be?
Wow. um, Hopefully somebody that doesn't do drugs or, you know, have bad habits. Um, Besides that, it's whoever you choose to be with. I can't pick the person you're gonna be with.
Can you tell me about the day that I was born? Like, can you walk me through the process?
Oh, well, I had an appointment for you that day at 10 o'clock. So I went to the appointment, and they told me that um, my water had broke, and I'm like, well, I didn't feel nothing. So they sent me up real fast to the office upstairs, and they told me like I was gonna stay there, that I wasn't gonna come back out because I was in labor. So I called your father and my mom because she wanted to be there also. Um, I don't think I was in the delivery room that long after I had you, but I remember it was the day before Thanksgiving, so they had a pause Thanksgiving dinner for me and you, and we had Thanksgiving when we came out of the hospital.
If I was a boy, what would you name me? Instead of me being a girl and Lynese. Because you didn't know if I was a boy or a girl, right? So
No, I didn't know. It was a surprise. I didn't want to know. I figured like it's whatever God wanted to give me, so I was just waiting. Um, I don't know. I didn't think about boys' names. I didn't think about any names, actually. At first, I wanted to name you after my brothers. If it was a boy, name you after my brothers. But, and after my father, but I didn't, we didn't think about any names.
What was your most embarrassing moment?
Embarrassing moments. Huh.
Like as a child, teenager, or now, whatever it may be.
I don't get embarrassed easily.
I've realized.
I don't know. That's a good one. I try not to let anything embarrass me. I have nothing.
If you won the lottery, what would you do with your money?
Oh, that's easy. I would buy a house. Not a big house, just a small house for us. And buy a house for my mom. Well, finish paying her house off. And probably just invest everything else so then you guys can have a future with it.
What do you believe is the worst and best thing about being an adult?
The worst thing, as all you do is think about bills, and bills. I guess the best thing is just, seeing you guys grow up.
Do you have any long-term advice for me?
Just stay focused in school. That's the main priority that I have for you, is just school. Everything else I think will fall in place. Like relationship wise, I think you should wait. You're too young still.
Okay. That's all I have for today. Thank you for letting me interview, and thank you for your time.
You're welcome.